Hello Aquarius, this is Victoria and I'm here with your February tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life and personal space, at your career and workspace, and then we'll get you messages on how to best utilize the energies of the months of February. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. But to begin with, we'll get one card from this oracle deck. It will be a theme for the months for you. We'll see what is important to pay attention to, what kind of vibe, what's the message. And we'll get started right away. Please remember that these readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Aquarius. So if you're watching this for your sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. And this is the beginning of the cycle that I'm doing with my horoscopes, monthly horoscopes. So if you're new, I'm doing this every month. Please hit that subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss anything. Happy birthday, Aquarius. This is your season. I always start with the birthday months. And of course, for those who are new, you can check out the description box for more information on my content and services. So your message of the month is in the flow. I love this. I love it. Everything is smooth sailing. You know what is the most difficult for times like this is to actually try to do too much, you know, to kind of like to control the situation, the timing, right? Like feel like you always have to do, right? This is where the universe is telling you you're being divinely guided, everything is unfolding naturally as expected. You just need to, you know, to keep that flow going. Be in the, you know, in high spirits and keep the vibration high. Take care of yourself, you know. Pick up on the nudges and synchronicities, and of course we'll see more of that with the tarot, right? But don't get in your own way. Don't get in the way of your own success, right? Because if we force the situation, that's when it starts getting difficult. But I also like this for times when I'm not exactly sure what is the right next step, right? And that way, you know how they say it, let go and let God. This is that kind of vibe. And yes, for those who are thinking and wondering if it's a dog over there on the bed. And I think he's currently sleeping, but there is a chance that he'll be awake, so you may hear from him at some point. Wow, the first card out of the gate, well actually there are several cards, but the first one I saw was the Sun card. This is the best way to start the reading. This is the happiest card in the deck, which again tells me that, you know, it's a confirmation really that everything is a smooth sailing, you know, and maybe you're worried a little too much of how things are going right now or whether something will work out or not. So for your personal space, you have the Sun card, you have the Temperance, and you have King of Wands. All fiery cards. Very interesting. You could be dealing with a fire sign. We definitely see Leo and Sag here, but King of Wands could be an Aries too, so pretty much all fire signs. I'll comment on this more when I get all the cards out. For your career space, you have Nine of Wands, you have the Star. The Star is your energy, Aquarius, and Eight of Swords. And then the advice from the universe, Five of Pentacles, the World, that's Capricorn energy, and the Empress, this is Taurus energy. Very interesting. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you've been blaming yourself for something. Like you felt guilty, you know, not maybe blamed like outwardly in a situation. Maybe it wasn't a conversation, but somewhere deep down at least you're blaming yourself for something, right? Or in other words, you feel the guilt. One thing I'm gonna say before I jump into the reading is guilt and shame have the lowest possible vibration out of the range of emotions, right? And you can find that information online if you don't believe me. But out of any emotions that you may associate with something very negative, something terrible, horrible, you would be surprised, but the lowest on the list are actually guilt and shame. So don't stay in those energies, you know, work through it, pass through it like a jellyfish, process it, and move on. So I got something here. and move on from it, because it's not going to do you any justice, right? If anything, it's going to be harder if you think of a flying carpet, because this is a flying carpet, by the way, idea. Well, it could be I guess, no, sorry, this is a sled, but I saw it as a carpet. Imagine that concept of a flying carpet. The more stuff you have on it, the more of that burden, the harder it's going to be to fly, and you're not going to be flying as high, right? It's that idea, but with your energy field. So don't rob yourself of opportunities and the good stuff that's coming in just because of that guilt. For your personal space, you have the Sun, the Temperance, and the King of Wands. So yeah, this month is going to be a lot about finding your spark and understanding where the passion is taking you, right? Not over analyzing it. Aquarius is an air sign, so they like calculating, analyzing, finding reason, explaining it to yourself. Even in spirituality, right? You can go too deep with, the psychoanalysis and trying to understand where did it all come from. I'm not saying it's not useful, but that's not really the point in this month. In this month, it's like what turns you on, and treat it however it resonates for you, because it's a personal space, so on all levels, right? Where's that fire? How can you recreate it? You can do some rituals with the fire element. You can also work with solar plexus chakra and sacral chakra. And if anything, this is about finding inspiration and following your passion. And however you heard it when I said it, what turns you on, that's the space where you should explore, right? So maybe it's something creative, maybe it's a new professional project, maybe it's even something about physical intimacy with your partner, right? Look into it. Whatever was the first thing that came to you and I started talking about this fire and passion, look into it, because it's very important to give space and give air to that fire. Fire needs air to be able to exist, funnily enough, and you're an air sign. So it needs more of that oxygen, to be able to develop, to expand. That's what you want. For your career space, you have Nine of Wands, the Star card, and Eight of Wands. Both of these wand cards are about blockages, walls, right? Like you can even imagine that these wands are kind of separating the person or the character in this card from everything and everyone else, right? It's like, and in this case, it's all in your head. It's created by the mind, right? Somehow you see yourself separate from what's going on around, kind of like imprisoning yourself to a degree. Especially here, you see it's like a clear circle. Oh no, not a circle, but it's like she's really hidden there, right? It's like, what are you hiding from? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid to show to the world? The Star card is about finding your mission and purpose, especially in this space, in the workspace, right? It's about following that star too. Not just realizing, yeah, I want to do XYZ, but I have all these responsibilities and I have bills to pay, so obviously I'm not going to pursue it, or not now. The cards are saying that's a limitation in your head. Why you keep postponing it, and you feel like it's not a good time, you need to learn more, you need to find the right people, whatever those explanations are, that's a story that you're telling yourself. And you're putting off that dream and that mission and purpose to come to life. So something to look into. This is a general reading, so I won't be able to go too much into details of what it could be, but it's something very important. And if it seems like it's not going to give you enough income, or it may take a while, once you start pursuing it, you'll see like that road will appear, the path will appear. You just need to start walking that path and you'll see what happens. Advice: Five of Pentacles, the World, and the Empress. Yeah, it's time to close the story where you felt like you need to work hard to earn living, or somehow you were unlucky and you never got whether it's attention and care from a person or it's financial success, it just wasn't for you. either for some of you, you felt like you didn't deserve it. For others, it was more of a luck thing. Like, I'm just not lucky there, right? That's not happening for me. You need to finish that story, finish it off, leave it in the past. The more you keep talking like this, the more obviously you're creating your reality that will confirm this for you, right? But it's very important to shift into the Empress energy. And you can also look up more about the Empress energy for yourself, but I'm gonna say that and interpret it for what it means in your context. The Empress is about creation, it's about nurturing, it's about really creating something new, birthing something new. That's why in a lot of cards, the Empress is pictured as a pregnant lady, right? And regardless of whether you're feminine or masculine, by the way, it doesn't matter in this case. It's more about dipping into that energy of creation for yourself. Focusing a little bit less on the outside and the issues and challenges and the burdens, and more on what the potential that you have, the talents that you have, and what you want to say, what you want to express to the world at this point in time. Okay, last but not least, let's get a message from your person of interest to yourself. What's the message for Aquarius from their person? I got Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups clarified by Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, your person has a lot of feelings for you, a lot of emotions, and they don't want to walk away from this, right? Or maybe if they walked away, they regret it. Or for those, if they're with you, they know that this is a real deal. And either you've already built the partnership that they consider very healthy, very balanced, or they believe that you can build a very healthy partnership, in life, in everything. And so that's why they feel like they need to stick with it and they don't want to let it go. They don't want to ruin the chance. So yeah, they're still overwhelmed by all the feelings, of love and like that lovey-dovey stuff, but they're also seeing a lot more of how it matches the practical aspects of the relationship, right? So maybe at the beginning it felt like it was just like this, just a lot of passion in and out and like a lot of excitement, and maybe infatuation, which happens with new relationship. But now they can see how a part of why that works, why there is that chemistry on the emotional level or even spiritual depth, is because it also makes sense energetically in terms of resources, it's in terms of the energy flow in and out between the two of you. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye.